So Bon Jovi has put out a new album just yesterday, and I thought I'd do something special for that. Since he now has 15 studio albums, we will be putting them on the trusty tier list. This list will not include, live albums and greatest hits compilations, so, Crossroads and greatest hits won't be on us. So we're just gonna rank these 15 right here. Make sure to leave a like if you guys agree. If you disagree, you can always go ahead and leave a comment of your own ranking and tell me what you guys think. Without further ado, let's start this video. Alright, so we're gonna start in order today from his very first album all the way up to Bon Jovi 2020, which was of course released yesterday. So here's our first album. It is his self-titled album. I'm gonna give this one, a C tier for a good start. This album, of course, takes me back to my freshman year of high school when I decided to, listen to this full thing, and a lot of the songs on there do remind me of my freshman year of high school. Next album is 7800 Fahrenheit. I think I'm also going to give this one a C tier rating. I've learned that entire album the full way through, front and back, and that was going to be the album that was said to melt rock and roll, but kind of didn't, so I'm going to give it a C tier. And our next one... Alright, no questions asked. We already know that this is downright his best album ever. And next one, Jersey. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this with Slippery, because it's literally the continuation of Slippery. Those are hands down his two best albums, and I'll fight you over them. Our next one is Keep the Faith. Where do I want to put Keep the Faith? It was a great album for coming back after you've been broken up. So Fear is also a severely underrated song, so I'm going to put this on A tier. Next up is These Days. These Days was kind of good, but it was also kind of mellow. I'm going to give this one probably C for now. I might change my mind later, but it was good, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed most of the songs off of them. Next up is Crush. I'm gonna put this one on D tier, unfortunately. The only two songs that anybody can remember from Crush is probably It's My Life or One Wild Night, but the rest of the album was, again, very mellow. Especially Say It Isn't So, that song was kind of mellow to me. Bounce. I'm gonna give this one a B tier, purely because of its name. Bounce for me was a kind of enjoyable album, especially with, songs like Bounce that kind of sounded like It's My Life, and Every Day, which was also another fun one. Next on this list is this one, Have a Nice Day. I'm gonna give this one a B tier as well. It just makes me want to take that logo, have it as a sticker, and just stick it everywhere. Have a Nice Day. The only reason that it gets a B tier rating is because Last Cigarette and Story of My Life sound the exact same. What have you done? Also, Have a Nice Day was my first ever introduction to Bon Jovi, because I think it was Who Says You Can't Go Home that got me into him. Next on this list is Lost Highway. This one was kind of underwhelming, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, the first 4 songs were good, but the rest of them were very, very country. Not a lot of people like country. Me personally, I don't mind it. It was his attempt to go complete country, which is kind of like taking rock, especially like 80s rock, and then switching genres. So I'm gonna give this one probably a D tier. I Love This Town though. That one was good. Next is, whoa, that one's a big boy. The Circle. You know what? I changed my mind about These Days now. You get B. You get C. Purely because of its name, starting with a C. It was a good rock and roll album, but there are just a lot of other albums that I liked more than The Circle, so I guess I'm gonna just keep it at a C for now. Next one is What About Now? To me, What About Now and The Circle are almost, they give me the same kind of feel. But What About Now does slightly better than The Circle, so like C+. What About Now was definitely a good album and a good tour cycle. The first time I ever did see Bon Jovi live was when I was turning 8 years old in Pittsburgh during his Greatest Hits tour, I believe. Prior, because, he just released The Circle. And next, Burning Bridges. Some people don't even know this album exists. I'm gonna give this one a B. I really liked listening to it. I really liked We Don't Run, Burning Bridges, and Teardrop to the Sea. A lot of good ones came off that album, and for John doing it, you know, after being away for so long, it was kind of like a comeback. However, We Don't Run was then put onto This House Is Not For Sale. Next on the list, Speak of the Devil, This House Is Not For Sale. This House Is Not For Sale for me ranks as an A because it was a really good time in my life. So after he had released that album, I decided to make a video tribute to This House Is Not For Sale. And the news picked up on it, and I landed myself on the news for the first time in 8th grade. I got to go to a sound check where I spoke to Bon Jovi for about like 2 seconds. Hashtag Save Ferris. That'll always hold a special place in my heart, and for that it gets A tier. And last but not least is his hair. This right here is his newest album that he just put out. Other than, of course, Limitless and Do What You Can, the rest of the album was entirely acoustic, which I kind of enjoyed. I'm gonna give this a B tier rating. It was actually really good. And this is my list for ranking of Bon Jovi albums. Surprisingly, none landed in F, none landed in E, only a few landed in D, most in C, most in D, and of course nothing can beat Slippery When Wet, so... Did you agree with my list? Be sure to comment down in the comment section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel because I'm doing some musical stuff. Yes, that's right, I'm gonna become a musician. I've got a 4-song EP on the way, no set release date yet, but whenever it is released, I will definitely inform everybody, so yeah, you'll know about it. Anywho, thank you guys for watching, please subscribe to that channel, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.